Hello everybody, someone say I'm the Reverse, and welcome to my review for Stargirl Season 1, Episode 10, titled Brainwave Jr. Let's get right into my review with my general thoughts. This was definitely the best episode so far. This episode just blew me away, and it seems the general consensus is that it's the best episode so far. It's so freaking good. We got more development with Brainwave, and obviously way more development with Brainwave Jr. And we got a lot more family drama, which I've said in the past is what I wanted from this show. Or not what I wanted, but I wanted some more focus on the family dynamic, which we got a lot of this episode, and it looks like we're going to be getting a lot more next episode, based on the trailer. So, the episode picks up right where the last one left off with Barbara, and she just caught Pat and Courtney with the cosmic staff, and yeah, the staff, Courtney tries to explain that it's a broom, but Pat tells Barbara everything, and it goes south real quick, and Barbara wants Pat to leave, and she's mad at him for bringing Courtney into all this. Rightly so. She is 15, and even though Pat wasn't the one that, it wasn't his idea, it doesn't really matter to her. But yeah, this is the kind of family dynamic focus that I wanted for this show, and we got a lot this episode. So I'm really excited for that. And that's really all that's all it went to at first, at the beginning of the episode. But yeah, let's focus on Brainwave, who obviously just woke up last week. This episode, it turns out that he forgot the past 10 years, and, Henry Jr. is telling him all about how his wife died and all that, and he's getting emotional about it. And then Henry Jr. leaves, and Icicle comes to visit Brainwave Jr. And at first, it's teased that maybe Icicle killed Brainwave's wife, because she was found and she was ice cold. But I'll get to that later. But something about Brainwave's wife. Turns out that she was actually Stargirl, or Starman's sister, and she was a superhero herself. So yeah, that was a bit of a revelation, and Henry and Stargirl, or Henry and Courtney, they talk later, and he telepathically basically shows her everything about all the videos that Brainwave made, and the fact that they are seemingly related, if Starman is really her dad, which I don't think he is. The whole point of the family dynamic is that she eventually embraces Pat as her dad. So yeah, I'll get into all that later. But yeah, she thinks her and Henry are cousins, which obviously I don't think they are. But yeah, she wants to bring him into the JSA, and obviously Yolanda and Rick and them don't want to. Well, Beth, being Beth, she doesn't really have a problem with it, or at least she's not vocal about it. Rick and Yolanda definitely do have problems with it, obviously for good reason. But yeah, let's get back to Icicle visiting Brainwave. So the cosmic staff, obviously, it has a mind of its own. It goes to attack them, and Icicle catches it and basically freezes it, and he kind of kidnaps it, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, Courtney doesn't have her staff, so yeah. She has no staff, and eventually the JSA, along with Henry, they go into the tunnels, and yeah, they are looking for something. Obviously they're looking for the staff and stuff, but they're also looking to take the fight to the ISA, I guess. And they go in there and they're looking around and everything, and Cindy, who is still in the jail, I guess, the cell, she calls them out, and there's this big fight scene between Dr. Ito and his drones versus the JSA. Very cool fight scene. We get to see Courtney without her staff. We get to see her strength with gymnastics, and she knows how to fight and stuff. So it's her, Yolanda, and Henry. And Henry's throwing people around like he has the Force, and it's awesome. And Yolanda's jumping from pillar to pillar, and that's awesome. She kind of frees the staff and gives it to Courtney. And Courtney uses her staff, and she knocks Dragon King's mask off, and we get to see his face, and he's pretty, excuse me, he's pretty creepy looking. It looks like Killer Croc. That was the impression I got. Yeah, very, very, very cool fight scene. And meanwhile, while they're doing that, Rick and Beth are off. They split off, and they are looking through the tunnels, and they find Solomon Grundy. And obviously Grundy killed Rick's parents, so he wants revenge, so he's trying to rip the door off. And eventually he just stops because he couldn't do it. And then they go converge with Henry and Yolanda and Courtney, and eventually they're met with Brainwave, who locks them all in, and they all escape except for Henry Jr., and him and Brainwave kind of have a standoff, and eventually, Brainwave Jr. dies, seemingly. Before that, he had a pretty emotional moment with Yolanda and the rest of the team. He apologized for all he did to Yolanda, and it was a really sad death scene. And then, obviously, Brainwave brought the entire ceiling down on him. Very shocking moment, because obviously Brainwave is his dad, and he was willing to kill Henry. Now, I saw some people theorizing that maybe Henry's not dead, that he created a force field above the rocks and stuff. I don't think that happened. I don't think Henry's strong enough to create a force field of that magnitude, holding down all these rocks that Brainwave collapsed onto him. My theory is that if there is even a slight chance that Brainwave Jr. is even alive, that it was actually Brainwave Sr., Henry King. He created the force field to save his son, and he only, quote-unquote killed him to further prove his loyalty to Icicle. But he most likely he did kill his son, and Henry Jr. is dead. But if there is a slight chance that he is still alive, my guess is that it was actually Brainwave who created the force field, not Brainwave Jr. So yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see. But it seems that he is dead. But yeah. Along with that family dynamic stuff, which was a big part of this episode, we got a scene with Mike and Courtney and stuff, and Barbara, when she went back to the office to, pack everything up, and she was gonna leave Blue Valley with Courtney, and she knows that Jordan is Icicle, so they visit her office, him and I think it is either his parents or his wife's parents. They visit to thank her for dinner, which was the last episode, I believe. And they are speaking Norwegian and stuff, and Barbara has the brilliant idea to record them, which I thought was an awesome moment because, usually these CW shows, like Flash and Arrow and stuff, they don't really take these good writing opportunities where these characters make these smart decisions. I think the latest season of Flash kind of it gave me Stargirl vibes, I guess. This gave me Flash season 6 vibes. If you guys remember the moment where early on in the season, if you guys watch Flash, where Bloodwork is trying to get all the dark matter and stuff, and Barry walks out of the room to get another centrifuge, and he's stealing all of it, and then Barry walks right back in and catches him red-handed. That's what Barbara recording the Norwegian reminded me of. Just the good writing and the good decisions that these characters make. And her and Pat sit down at the same, I believe it was at the same diner that they met, which they showed at the beginning of the episode, which was a cool scene. But they listened to the Norwegian back in English, and they the lady said something about her liking Barbara, and she was hinting at some sort of connection between her and Jordan. The way Jordan looks at her is how they phrased it. And then they mentioned, the machine that obviously Dr. Ito is building, excuse me. So her and Pat definitely know something is up. I'm glad that everything's out in the open and Barbara knows about all of this and stuff. And yeah, I'm glad that all the secrets are being revealed, I guess. But yeah, is there anything else I really need to touch up on? Sam Curtis, Stargirl's father, Courtney's father, is obviously still alive because, Barbara sent him an email. I forgot what that email said. But then at the end of the episode, he emailed her back. And, it seems from the trailer for next week that Stargirl's dad is showing up. And no, it's not Starman. Her real father, at least that's supposed to be her real father. It seems from the trailer that she's not going to believe him. But yeah, the way I want this arc to go is that Starman's not her dad. This douchebag, he's her real father. And if you guys know from the comics, it's actually, her father is actually a minor criminal. And I hope they go that route, because not only would he have left them and Barbara, her and Barbara, but he's also a minor criminal. And I think her accepting that her biological father is he's not a good person, and he isn't a good father or a good husband, or boyfriend or whatever he was to Barbara. I think if Courtney accepts that, then she can embrace Pat as her new dad, which is the whole point of this family dynamic between her and Pat and stuff. So yeah, once she accepts that Starman is not actually her father, and that this Sam Curtis guy is, and seemingly he isn't a very nice person. He abandoned her and her mother, and if they go the criminal route, he could end up being this kind of douchebag character, which would push her into accepting Pat as her dad, which is, where this should be going, I think. But yeah, so I hope Starman isn't actually her father. I hope this douche pickle guy is, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's really all I have to say about this episode. I kind of recapped everything. Amazing episode. Sad to see Henry King Jr. go, but it was a great death scene. And I love the writing with her recording the Norwegian. And I like Barbara being aware of everything that's going on, of Stargirl and Stripesy, and or just Stripe or whatever his name is now. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for my review for next week's episode, and then we got two episodes after that. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for all my future videos. See ya.